What's up, love bugs? Welcome back to my channel. So I had to switch up the setup because our house is just crazy filming this in like the latter beginning of the week. But when you guys are seeing this, this is New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's to everybody. I love y'all. We are going to be finishing off the new year slightly negative, but before we get into anything, I already know those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, y'all are like, Bree, you just gonna get on here with your hair like that and you ain't gonna say nothing? Look, I got a wild hair. I had a bad day the other day and I just decided to be impulsive and I straightened my hair. And yeah, these are the results of that. It's not the best straightening job ever. I haven't straightened my hair in like 6 years. Yeah, it's been about 6 years. And I was supposed to get a trim this week, but my dad ended up testing positive for COVID. I guess Amarion got him. I don't know, but I couldn't go do that. We're all quarantining just to be on the safe side. So yeah, that happened. I got really impulsive, and now I have straight hair. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not really enjoying it. I'm hot as fuck. I keep forgetting I have this much damn hair on my head. That's the beauty of like having short hair, right? But anyway, today we're talking about my disappointing products of 2021, and that is why I have a glass of wine here. Sometimes you need a little alcohol with your shade. These are products or collections that just did not do it for me. I don't have a ton here. I feel like I had more last year, but I didn't try as many products this year. I didn't do as many product reviews this year. So I feel like this list is short, but it's actually not as short as it could be. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Y'all go ahead, get a glass of wine with me. Maybe, you know, a little cognac, a little rum, something. Those are some of my favorites, you know. And let's just go ahead and get right into my disappointing products of 2021. Of course, I already knew what was gonna happen when I uploaded my favorites portion, because every time I am not writing She Sent It, like, y'all clock me so hard. She Sent It Moroccan Gold collection was a bust for me. It was not, separately, the products are nice. The concept of that collection made absolutely no sense. And y'all know the hiccups I had in that video. First of all, there were like 5 different conditioning steps, okay? Like, you have a 2-in-1 conditioning shampoo, a rinse out conditioner, and then a deep conditioner that's supposed to be clay-based, but really isn't clay-based. It just feels like all their other deep conditioners. And then a leave-in conditioner. Why do I need all of those conditioning steps? I don't feel like the cleansing part of that was quote-unquote cleansing enough to warrant having to use the rinse out and having to use the deep conditioner. And I say this because y'all know if I'm going to use a full collection as a system, I'm going to use it in the way that it is intended so that I can understand what the brand was trying to do. To me, that's my job as an influencer. Y'all can use your products however you want to, but if I'm going to sit here and review something, then I feel like it is my job to review it the way it was intended to be used so that I can give the most accurate review possible, right? Y'all know when it comes to me reviewing a collection and me rating a collection highly, I really look for collections to be cohesive, right? I like to see the progression. So the cleansing step does what it needs to do so that my conditioning step can come in and be incredibly effective and be popping. And then I can go in and add in a leave-in and kind of lock everything in. And then my, you know, whatever styler I use, whether it be a gel, mousse, curl cream, or whatever, everything should play off of each other in a way that makes sense if you're going to market something as a system, and if you're going to tell your customers that the best use for this system is within that system, that you should be using all of those products together. And to me, it didn't make sense. I also had that issue with the 2-in-1 shampoo in the rinse out conditioner. And if you guys remember that review, I was accidentally switching between the bottles, which I didn't notice until later on in the middle of the review, when I realized that my hair was foaming up. And upon realizing that using the bottle of conditioner, my hair was foaming up, I had the realization, what if they're accidentally mislabeled? And so after my initial use of the products, which didn't turn out the way that I felt that it could have, because the 2-in-1 shampoo was so rich and thick and it had absolutely no cleansing properties, I switched the bottles. I used what was my conditioner as my cleanser, and lo and behold, I had a lather and my hair felt like it had been cleansed. And then I used my bottle of shampoo as my conditioner, and lo and behold, it felt like it did what it was supposed to do. And now I've been reviewing She Sent It for a while. And so, of course, before I put anything out in video format, I contacted them and I asked, you know, is this a possibility? This is what I'm experiencing. I had pictures. Like, I didn't want to come out and say anything before I had spoken to them, and nobody spoke back to me. I reached out and nobody reached back. So the review that happened was the review that happened regardless. Nobody's mad at me or anything, but like, I'm just telling you guys, when I have issues like that, when I see something that I think could be, you know, human error when it comes to being in the warehouse, I like to communicate that to brands, right? Because sometimes they don't know until someone like me clocks it, right? I've had that happen several times before. So I did what I felt was the right thing of reaching out to the brand, and nobody said anything back. Apparently they told y'all there were no issues. Some of y'all had emailed them and they said that there were no problems with them, but I can only tell you guys my experience, and there's no way that my conditioner bottle had conditioner in it and my shampoo bottle had shampoo in it. I've been using them switched out and they've been doing what they should do. Individually, the products are good. The cleanser is really, really good for what it is, and I probably would have rated it higher had I not had that little princess switch issue, right? The rinse out conditioner is really nice for what it is. It's creamy, it's thick. It's probably one of the best rinse outs that they have on their website right now, since they took away the honey conditioner that they had a couple of years back. The clay deep conditioner was really, really nice, but it definitely was not what I think any of us wanted that conditioner to be. It didn't really feel like it had clay in it, even though it did a really great job of leaving your curls really defined and moisturized and shiny. It just felt like more of the same from She Sent It. It felt like every other conditioner that they've ever come out with. And then they had a leave-in, which was really, really nice, moisturizing. I use it often. They have a gel that's sitting over here underneath my desk, underneath my filming space. Really, really nice, lightweight, a good option if you're someone who has really like their flaxseed options, their lighter weight options, and you're sad because those have been discontinued. I also really, really like the mousse. I don't think I ever ended up doing a review on it, but I have used it and I really enjoy it. I like all of the different parts of the collection, but a lot of the products did not live up to the hype as they were marketed, and the collection as a whole makes no sense. I don't need 4 conditioners in a collection, because even though of what I could see the shampoo should be, it's still not like the shampoo that you get from Plum Nectar and Agave, which is purely cleansing. It is a conditioning shampoo. You can tell it has conditioner in it, and it is going to do a lot of conditioning. I don't need 4 conditioning steps in my hair care regimen. And I think especially with this line coming after Plum Nectar and Agave, which was such an amazing line for so many of us, it was really disappointing. And it was not my favorite of 2021. And I will just say this, just because I love a brand doesn't mean that I will not openly criticize them. And brands that love me back should be okay with that. And brands that do love me back are okay with it. So let's move on. Y'all, Honey's Handmade. Honey's Handmade was a hot ass mess this year. And I'm not going to lie, I almost feel bad for putting them in the video because even though the brand has had issues prior, I know that pretty much all of their issues are stemming from the things that have been going on with Miss Valencia and her health. I know that most of their issues have stemmed from not having that consistent leadership from Miss Valencia because she has been ill and she hasn't really talked about it publicly. She's mentioned it on Instagram, but she hasn't really said anything publicly. And I kind of get the feeling that Miss Valencia is that type of lady that likes to figure things out for herself, that doesn't like for people to feel bad for her. And as a fellow Indo warrior, I get that. Sometimes it's really hard to talk about things that you're going through when you're going through them, you know? But even though that did happen, it doesn't mean that I can't critique as well, because I feel like there are definitely some things that Honey is Handmade needs to do to move forward, to kind of come back from everything that's happened this year. So first off, the Melba's Kitchen collection, which is, I think, it's one of the only new things I tried from her this year. I think I might have tried a couple of random deep conditioners this year, but I wasn't really trying a lot of new deep conditioners, right? The Melba's box already had its issues with that sea clay deep conditioner, them having to send out replacements because they discovered that it was wrong. And I think I told you guys that when I saw the shipment for it, I had actually contacted Miss Valencia and asked, did y'all mean to do this? Because I would have hated to be getting free product off their back if it was a mistake. And she just explained to me that she was in the hospital at the time. They had sent her pictures of what they had whipped up in the warehouse, and it wasn't what she wanted it to be. And so she had them fix it. I think they had left a couple of ingredients out. That's actually one of the products in that box that I ended up really enjoying. I really liked it. It was one of my favorite products in the box. There were really good products in that box, but overall, you could just tell that Valencia had no involvement in putting that together. In past years, you could tell that every single product that came in those boxes she touched. And there was just so much inconsistency when it came to those products. And it just didn't feel like the same level of quality that you're used to getting. And I think it's just a testament to, just because you might have the same recipe doesn't mean every chef can do it the same way, right? And I think that just has a lot to do with it. More than anything, that lemon meringue wet jelly was the biggest disappointment in that box and one of the biggest styling disappointments this year. Even though I was able to make my hair look good, it just really tangled my hair. It caused my hair to tangle. It was not easy to run through my hair. And even though it looked like it had a lot of similarities to my fave, which is actually sitting in front of me, the coconut and apple curl glaze, it didn't hold up in terms of application and performance. Honestly, if you tangle my hair up, then that's just kind of it for you. I'm not going to waste my time going back to you. I think the concentration of that lemon butter or whatever that was in there was just too high. I think it was just too high in vitamin C. I think it did too much of a good thing, honestly, because vitamin C causes the hair strand to constrict, and it will make it feel strengthened. That's why a lot of times you may see products that don't list wheat protein or different types of proteins, but it says strengthening. It'll likely be loaded with a lot of vitamin C, those types of extracts that contain a lot of vitamin C, and it basically gives you that feeling of having that reinforcement. I think it was just doing too much of a good thing. It just didn't work the way I wanted it to. It didn't work the way I needed it to. And I've used it a few times just to try to give it a fair chance, and it just wasn't it. It just wasn't it. Overall, there were individuals from that box that I liked, but as a whole, it just wasn't hitting the way that it was hitting before. And I feel like that with Honey's Handmade in general, You can definitely tell that they've taken a hit. And I think if anything, I really feel like in 2022, the people that are running things over at Honey's Handmade, there needs to be some type of training done to make sure that they can keep that ship going, whether Valencia is there or not. She shouldn't have to be the crux of the brand. And so she and whoever else is running things need to make sure that the people that are there can function without her. I know that people have had a lot of issues with shipping. I personally haven't, so I can't speak on that. But I know a lot of you guys have had issues with shipping, and I feel this way about Honey's Handmade and any other brand that does this. If you're having issues getting out the products that you already have orders for, then you shouldn't be having more sales. You shouldn't be dropping new releases. I feel like it's poor practice to know that you're struggling with these things and you keep dropping new products and you keep dropping new sales, and all you're doing is adding on more stress to what you already have going on. And it just makes consumers more distrusting of you as a company, because it's like, okay, I've been waiting 5,000 years for my order, but you've had like 5 sales in between. Like, what is going on? Why are you doing this? Like, why do you focus on what you have, you know? I really think that those are some things that they need to take into account going into 2022 in order for them to keep up their momentum. They have had a lot of popularity and they've gotten a lot of love, especially as more of us on YouTube have continued to hype up the brand, because at the end of the day, Valencia makes great products. She has great products and she has all the makings of a long-lasting brand. But if they don't get over these humps, especially with Covidiana out here wrecking everybody, I can't see them lasting. There definitely need to be some changes, and I'm saying this as a lover of the brand, and I'm trying not to be harsh because I know that so many of the issues that they have had have been out of their control. But a lot of the ways that I feel like they've continued to go this year have been part of their control, and they should have stopped. They should have paused. I think they need to pause in order to regroup and make sure that what they're doing is working. And the people that are there, I'm sure, are working very, very hard, but they need to be able to work up to Miss Valencia standards, and they need to know how to make these things so that people are getting consistent products. People aren't having to send things back or use products that have clumps and lumps and bumps in them. We shouldn't still be doing that. You know, I think Honey's Handmade has just been around too long for that. So I hope that those things are worked on in 2022, because the way that things have just been going haven't been good. And I know that Honey's Handmade started off rough in 2021. At the beginning of 2021, their leader got hit, and I know that's hard to come back from. But now y'all got to start making changes. The criticisms are out there. Y'all got to start making changes so that you aren't looking at possibly not being who you could be in 2022. Alright, we're gonna move on. A little Camille Rose Strength Deep Conditioner. Yeah, that was trash. I can't even try to play like it wasn't good. First of all, the smell. I think she tries to disguise the ghee butter smell, but for me it comes through. It's a little stinky. It definitely smells like ghee butter, which is not something I want to smell in my hair products. And just thinking about the smell of that product honestly kind of makes my stomach turn. Like, after I filmed the video, I could still smell it on my hands and it was a little sickening. So the product is called Strength, right? And I think this was from her collection that she did. So she had come out with a series of products in this collection called Her. And each of the products were supposed to mirror like different aspects of a strong woman, right? So there was like strength and courageous and all these different ones. And a lot of them didn't make the cut when it came to being permanent products, right? The ones that I wanted to try weren't the ones that got picked to be permanent. But the Strength Deep Conditioner did. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. everything on that label said it was going to be softening, it was going to make your hair feel good. Y'all, that thing made my hair feel like it was going to crack. Y'all know how Girl killed the Night King in Game of Thrones? That's how my hair felt like it was going to shatter. That's how stiff my hair felt. It didn't even feel strengthened. It felt stiff. It ain't feel like strength. It felt like I'm this close to having no strength. Like, there's a difference between strength and brittle. Like, if it had just strengthened my strands, like we'd be cool. I'd be like, you know what, that's cool. Like, my hair feels strong, but you know, it's reinforced, she popping or whatever. No, I had tangles. It almost had like a squeaky feeling in my hair, kind of like what I described with that Melba's Lemon Meringue Wet Jelly, just in conditioner form. It made my hair feel very squeaky. It made my hair feel very brittle. I had to go in with a couple of like really moisturizing conditioners in order to kind of like reverse the effects of that conditioner, because it wasn't really strengthening. It just made my hair feel hard and brittle, which maybe was from the ghee butter. Like, maybe the way the ghee butter in that is used just doesn't make sense. I really don't know. Now, a few people tried to come for me in that video because apparently I'm only supposed to review products by what the name of the product is. Now, honey, let me tell you something. Just because a product has a name doesn't mean that that name is fully indicative of what it's supposed to do. And that is why I read the directions, because my job is to review products in full and to give you guys the business, right? So if the product says strength and it says that it's supposed to be a softening conditioner, then that's not my problem. That is Ms. Janelle Stevens' problem, because she has a marketing issue. Now, how about that? Okay. At the end of the day, the product didn't do what it said it was going to do. It was bad. It was bad. I don't want to put it in my hair again. And honestly, it's one of those products that I would feel bad giving to anyone else to use. I don't foresee myself ever finishing it up. It was a waste of $10. Yes, I only paid $10 for it, but $10 is $10 and it was a waste. And one of you guys also reminded me that when her collection dropped, they had a lot of issues with labeling, and a lot of the products were mislabeled. There were incorrect instructions and incorrect descriptions on the packaging. And one of you guys reminded me of that. And so that very well could still be the case for that strength conditioner, because I know I still see bottles of Sweet Ginger Cleansing Rinse that have the Moroccan Pear Conditioning Custard ingredients on it. This is why I tell y'all I don't freak out every time I see something, because human error is a bitch, okay? So that is very well something that may have happened, but at the end of the day, my job is to review the product in its entirety. And if there's a marketing problem, then it's my job to call that out as well. It was not a good product. Even if it was supposed to be a strengthening product, it didn't strengthen my hair. It made my hair feel like it was gonna fall off my damn head. And to me, that's not strength. So Camille Rose Strength Deep Conditioner. If you like it, I love it, but it just won't for me. You know, I didn't have too many fails during Affordables Week, but I had a couple. Overall, the drugstore is doing what she needs to do. More companies are really coming out with better formulas and really trying to compete. We can't, everything can't be great. And that watermelon rinse out conditioner from Garnier from the Hydrate and Plump collection, I don't know who approved that. I don't know who said that that was a good idea, especially comparing it to all of the other really bomb rinse out conditioners from Garnier, because they have bangers, okay? They have some of the best inexpensive rinse outs on the market, and they're vegan. So if you're someone looking for vegan options, you have those options. When I use a Garnier conditioner, I'm already expecting slip. I'm expecting slip and moisture. This one had none of that. I would equate that conditioner to running cottage cheese through my curls. It didn't have any slip whatsoever. Now my hair did feel like it was trying to moisturize it when I rinsed it out, but thank God I had that deep conditioner, because the deep conditioner is where the slip was. The deep conditioner had slip, it had moisture, it was very silky, it made my hair feel beautiful. But that conditioner, just skip it. Just skip it. The shampoo is so nice and lightweight. The conditioner is like, hi, I came to fuck your shit up. That's how that's how that rinse out conditioner is. It's tragedy, pure tragedy. I was trying to untangle my hair, trying to detangle my hair, and it just kept tangling it. And I thank God that I decided to double dip and use the conditioner and the deep conditioner, because I ended up really needing the slip that I got from the deep conditioner. Just skip that Garnier watermelon conditioner. It's booty. It's booty. It's not good. And then also a huge disappointment for me, because I have been wanting to try this product for years. I was so excited to finally try this brand and test them out. This was the one product that I wanted to use more than anything. That Curly Bell Banana Nut and Avocado Deep Conditioner. I have heard so much about this deep conditioner for years, mainly from the Glam Twins. They're like the main people that I've heard talk about it, but I was really excited to try that because so many people mirrored their sentiments, and it was not popping. I'm trying to figure out, what is it with these banana nut products? Can y'all tell me? Because do y'all remember when I did that Curl Junkie review and I tried that leave-in conditioner? Yeah, and it was a banana nut scent. And now that I think about it, that leave-in conditioner did about what that banana nut DC did. Now that I think about it, if you're a chemist, because I know I have chemists in the comments, because I don't know like this deep, but how much can those types of fragrances bother a product? Like, to me, there shouldn't be any type of correlation. Now that leave-in has like 5,000 ingredients. I've never seen that many ingredients listed on a product ever. And the one for Curly Bell is very simple, the ingredients list, but like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, this is the second time I've used a banana nut scented product, and it made my hair feel like garbage. Because that Curl Junkie one was tragic. That was in my disappointing products for last year, I think. And this one, it wasn't complete tragedy like the leave-in that I tried from Curl Junkie, but it wasn't very good. Like, I put it on, it was kind of like I put it on, it felt like I didn't really do anything after. The slip was decent enough. It has a nice texture, but as far as just the hype, it didn't live up to any of the hype at all. I really wanted to be like that perfect, I've had too much wine, y'all. I can't think of my words. It really wanted to be that perfect balancing deep conditioner, right? And it just didn't make the cut. And I thought that it was going to feel better, because I always love it, like when a product has good oils in it and you can kind of see the little oil pockets in it. Like, I just know that's about to be bae, right? No, not at all. It wasn't doing it for me. It was not good. I really wanted to like it, especially like for not just Black-owned brands, but Black-owned brands that are like in big box stores and especially are at that more like drugstore price point. I really like to support, because people act like there aren't any Black people that own inexpensive hair care, which isn't true. But that just wasn't good. The leave-in was my favorite product, like I mentioned in my favorite leave-ins video, and the gel was really, really nice too. But that deep conditioner, So maybe that's just a sign that I need to leave banana nut scented products alone in 2022. Last but not least, this is the biggest hot mess of the year. And I don't feel bad for saying it, because I feel like the level of playerization that this company is pulling, especially with trying to pretend to be fully Black owned. Listen, there are a lot of brands out here that aren't 100% black owned. Like, they have black people in them, running them, owning them, whatever, but they may have investors, or, you know, they may have a business partner that's not black or whatever. And that's fine with me. But when people ask you, you should say it. Don't lie about it. And I know a couple of my fellow influencers here have asked this brand outright if they were 100% black owned, and they told them yes. And just because you're based in South Africa, baby, does not mean black people own you, because we all know about apartheid. I'm just saying. Need I remind people? Because some people try to come for me for that too, and I'm just like, just because they're in South Africa does not mean that the people that own them are black. Y'all know we weren't the only folks that were colonized, right? So Josie Curls really hit the ground running in Target over the last year, and they were really big because they are catered to black hair. They are owned partially by black people, and all the products are like $4.99. They're very inexpensive. And to me, all of the products were very inexpensive hot trash. And I can't even try to mince my words about that. The only thing that I got at the end of that video was really, really shiny hair, but my shit was so dry. I had to do a lot of really good deep conditioning treatments and, you know, use a lot of my best products after using that brand because it dried my hair out. And listen, my hair can stand up to a lot. I've used a lot of products that maybe weren't the best, but it wasn't like my hair was really suffering. But this stuff made my hair dry. Now let's talk about why I say this is the biggest hot mess of the year. First of all, they have like 6 or 7 products in the line. The leave-in conditioner and the rinse-out conditioner are the exact same product. They have the exact same formulation on the bottle. They work the exact same. The texture is the exact same. They are selling you 2 different products with the exact same formulation, right? To me, I'm just like, you could have just sold this one conditioner as like a 3-in-1. Like, that's what so many other companies do. Like, so they already have that. The shampoo was extremely problematic. Not only was the texture weird, but it didn't lather at all, which a product doesn't have to lather to get your hair clean, but it took several washes for my hair to even feel remotely clean. And then by the time it did feel clean, my hair was so tangled because there was no type of slip or movement with that product. Like, for me, a big benefit of having that really nice lather is that it does actually help me move my hands through my hair. I like to work my hair in one motion so that I don't have tangles. It's really hard to do that when you don't have any of that extra lather, you know? So overall, the shampoo was just horrendous. The texture was weird. It took so many washes for my hair to get clean. And it's not like my hair was that dirty to begin with. It's not like I had an Eco Styler wash and go in for like the last 4 weeks. Like, my hair was not that dirty to begin with. So the fact that I had to do that many washes to get my hair clean, and by the time my hair was clean, it was a tangled, matted mess. Thank God the conditioners do at least have slip. The conditioners do have really nice slip. They're really great for detangling. But to me, that's all they do is detangle, because once you put those conditioners into your hair, any feeling of moisture is gone. The rinse out conditioner, which is the same as the leave-in, when you rinse it out of your hair, it feels like you put nothing in your hair. And honestly, the tangles start to set right back in. And then going in with the leave-in, adding it to my hair, yes, the slip was nice. It added some shine to my hair, but my hair did not feel moisturized. It didn't have any moisture in it. It just didn't have anything in it. And so then you go in with the gel, and all it does is make your hair shiny. My hair definitely looked good in that video, but it felt awful. It didn't feel good. It's not what I go for. And I'll tell anybody, like, I would rather my hair not look ideally like what I would want it to look like, as opposed to my hair looking really, really good and being dry and brittle and a hot mess. I had a lot of repairing that I had to do after using that collection because it was not good. The gel was the only like relatively formidable thing in that collection, but you need something incredibly moisturizing underneath it and able to have a style that is healthy and is going to last. Because over the days, it just got gunky and gross. Like, it looked really, really good on day one. It looked decent on day two. And then it just got really nasty. Like, it was just ugly. Kind of like how my wet line wash and goes look. Wet line gets gunky and gross on me. I don't like it. So, overall, Josie Curls was the biggest fail of 2021, which I hate because I love being able to recommend really, really good, inexpensive products to you guys. But me personally, from my own experience, I would not feel comfortable recommending that to anybody. If you try it at your own risk. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it works better for you than it worked for me. But for me, yeah, she's not it. She's not it. Okay, guys, so that is it for my most disappointing products of 2021. Like I said, I didn't have that many, even though realistically, 3 of these were collections. So I guess that kind of is a lot of products when you think about it. But like I said, for the most part, with the exception of the Josie Curls stuff, like the She Scented collection and the Honey's Handmade collection, there were products individually that I really liked from those collections. But it didn't change the fact that as a collection, it just wasn't doing what it needed to do, right? So I'm curious to see, what are your biggest fails of 2021? Because we all have things that we hate, even if our favorites love them. There's going to be things that we hate. There are things that my colleagues love that I can't stand, you know? Everyone in the natural hair community loves Wet Line Extreme, and I detest Wet Line Extreme. So that's life, right? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are a fragrance lover, then you will have a video tomorrow to check out. You will be able to check out my top fragrance purchases of 2021. But if you're not, then this is where I will leave you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this series. I definitely enjoyed getting all of this together for you guys. It has been a pleasure. And thank you guys so much for rocking with me through 2021. It has been a hell of a year. It has been a hell of a ride. It has been one of the weirdest years of my life. And I wouldn't change a damn thing. And I'm so thankful for every single one of you for just sticking it out with me. So yeah, I love you guys. And I will see y'all in 2022. Bye.